Hello, Storybox World creators, and we're back with Sunflower Serenade. Okay, I have the printables from the printable package, and you can find this at storyboxworld.com. It is in our Collage and Bloom collage kits. Okay, so I have the printables that we're going to be cutting. We're going to be cutting our petals and our sunflowers and everything from here. And I also have my color wheel just in case I want to add papers from a different project or like papers from my own stash. I just want to make sure it's going to fit in the project. So I have my color wheel, I have it set, and I'm gonna look through the kit. Okay, here we have Sunflower Serenade. Let's see, this one's for the memory book. This one, most of it's for the memory book, but I might use some of the wordings. I might use this one right here on the picture, so I'll leave that out. This is for the memory book. Okay, this one's for the actual collage right here. Put the ones, okay, that's for the actual collage. This is collage paper for the collage. Okay, this one's for the memory book. This one is part of the collage for the 11 by 14. This one's part of the collage. Okay, and yeah, the thing about printables, sometimes you print out more than one set. That's why get the printable one, because you can print out, you can print out for the neighborhood, right? Okay, so I have the printables that are going to be for the 11 by 14 stretched canvas, and I have my color wheel. Let me scoot my color wheel over. I'm just going to put it right here so I can see it. Okay, and I'm going to start cutting. I will probably speed this up. It's basic cutting. I'm going to cut the vase out and the handle separate, so it'll be easier for me to place it where I want. Okay, I might speed this up right here. Oh, also, there's some little sunflower petals right here. We actually need those for when we make sunflower petals. I accidentally cut one of them, so it was the same thing, so I'm going to be extra careful with the other one. Okay, now I have the vase and the handle. So I'm going to put this somewhere on the table, and the vase, I'll arrange it later. Okay, so now I have a bunch of sunflowers that I'm going to cut out. I kind of block cut these out. Like I'll cut out, like this is going to be a sunflower, but I'll kind of block cut them out first. And then that way I can cut them out better. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how to make sunflowers that are kind of like your own instead of just like what everybody else has. So what you're going to do is you're going to go take some paper. This could be any paper that fits in your color wheel for this project, and preferably orange or yellow. So go get any kind of paper that's fitting in your color wheel for this project and kind of block it out. And this is how you're going to make it your own. So you don't want a fussy cut. The fussy cut is what they call it when you're going in and out of all the details. But right now, you want to block cut it out. So there is a piece of paper under here. Now I'm fixing to make a mess. So I'm going to make a mess, and I don't want little paper falling all over the table. So I'm going to pull out a sheet of paper so that it could fall right here. Okay, now with my own collage paper, this could be something you painted. It could be, paper from a magazine, anything you have. Now that it's blocked, now I'm going to do what they call the fussy cut. And on our printables, you don't have to be exact because um, we made our printables where yellow is against the yellow. And then that way, if you don't have to worry so much about getting a perfect line because you're not going to get like a white. You won't get a white area. You'll just get a yellow, and it'll just make it turn into a highlight, and it'll give you like more depth. Okay, so I'm just going to go around, and I'm going to cut out this sunflower, and then I might speed it up. I'm going to speed up the video real quick. Yay. Okay, now I'll go ahead and show you. Now, this is printed on really thin copy paper. So now you're going to have two sunflowers. And then I'll show you in a minute. We'll cut out a middle. I'm going to come over here to something that I have a middle of a sunflower. And now let's see. I'm kind of looking around for some brown paper, and hold on. Let me see if I have some brown paper. Just a second. Okay, I found I like to keep my paper stashes in clear plastic bags, and I like to color coordinate it. So here is brown paper. Um I'm gonna pick this one out. I have some that are hand painted papers, some that are from other projects. I'm just gonna pull out one from a different project, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to figure out what kind of middle. I think I might take this for a middle, and I'm going to block cut it. So this is both on really thin paper, printer copy paper. So I'm going to block cut this. I'm going after the middle. So, okay, I've got the middle. And so now that it's block cut and I've got it on both sides, now I'm going to go after the center, and I'm just going to wiggle. Now, if you have those scissors that the novelty scissors that make all those different shapes, that's even better. Okay, so now I cut the middle out. So if you think that that's too small, you could just go in. If you kind of did one and you're like, oh, it's a little smaller than I thought, you could go in and just make a bigger circle. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna make a circle. That's all I'm gonna do for this. I don't know if I made that any bigger. And you can layer these too. You can either layer it. Okay, yeah. Yay, there's my sunflower. So this is how you're going to end up making your own sunflowers. You could just go ahead and cut. Yeah, you can cut everything out that's in your package, or you could do it this way. Now there is, let's see, there is a little sunflower petal right here, just a petal on its own. I gotta be careful of the bees. Hold on, bees. There's a sunflower petal that's just on its own. And if you want to be real creative, you could, you know, it depends on how creative you want to be. Let me get some more paper. You could be like real creative if you want it to and cut out individual petals. That is how much, how much time you want to put into these. So that would be, let me block. Okay, let me kind of block this out. All right. Block cut. Block cut is the best. I was trying to save some of my polka dots. Okay, block cut it out and then fussy cut it. So yeah, if you wanted to, you could go around and make individual petals, and then you could you could take that, go around, make individual petals, and then you could also make your own sunflower that way. You could do that with the vase also. So with the vase, if you wanted to take some of your own decorative paper and you wanted the vase different, you would just cut out around the whole vase, and then you have a different vase than everybody else. Um, I I don't think I would use green because the background's green, so I'm just gonna leave that the blue one there. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do that. And there are some cute little bees in here. Get the fun little bees. Okay, let me get that. I grow sunflowers from seedlings every year, and yes, the bees love it. Okay, there's some leaves in here. So the same with the leaves, you can, oops, hold on. If you accidentally tore one, it's okay. You just glue it back together. Okay, here's some leaves also over here. These are different kind of leaf. So I'm going to take some of those. And I'm going to show you the same thing with the leaves. So you could either take the leaves that come with the printout, or you can take some collage paper that you have laying around, and you can do the same thing. Just kind of block cut it out, and then try to have a paper under you when you're gonna do all the more detailed cutting, because that's when paper kind of gets all over the place, and you don't want to spend most of your time cleaning, especially if you're teaching a class. It's probably better if they have like a mat or something they can put under them to catch all the paper. So yeah, you don't want your students to have to be like cleaning up paper everywhere. Okay, yay. Now we have two different leaves. That'll be nice. The same with this one. So here's another leaf right here. And this is how everybody's going to have their own individual artwork instead of everybody having the same thing. Okay. And yeah, I know. I should have had the mat, huh? Let me find a paper that I haven't cut. There we go. I haven't cut that one. Okay, same with the leaves. I pulled out two leaves and I block cut them. You could do actually like 3 or 4 leaves at a time, and flowers and petals. The printer paper cuts pretty easy. So yeah, I think I've stacked up to like 4 pieces of paper at a time and did 4 leaves at a time. Okay, I'm going to continue going through my printouts and my collage paper, and I'm going to go finish. Yeah, I'm going to go finish cutting all this out. Okay, so I'm going to go finish cutting all this out, and I will see you back in the next video. All right, thank you.